Hello Year 4, this is our spelling lesson for the week. We're going to be learning the words tongue and unique and the spelling rule that goes with them. So the spelling rules this week, two little strings of letters that work in a similar way, both French in origin. We've got G-U-E making a G sound, and we've got Q-U-E making a K sound. So which word is Mr. Whoops juggling? See if you can spot it, looking for the spelling rule Q-U-E at the end of the word. The answer is unique. Which word is Mr. Whoops juggling this time? Look for the spelling rule. This time it's G-U-E at the end of the word. And it was tongue. Okay, you might want to pause the video now and see if you can match these words with their correct pictures. The first one was check. Then we had antique, mosque, fatigue, which means tiredness, and rogue, which is sort of a villain. Right, the first word we're going to look at in detail is unique. Can you define the word, pick the word class, put it in a sentence, find the odd one out, trace it on your hand, pause the video now, try and do those things, and then I'll show you the answers. So, the definition of unique: if something is unique, there is nothing else like it. It's an adjective, a describing word. I'm sure you had lots of different ideas for sentences. Mine was, each painting in the gallery is unique. The odd word out was ordinary, because the others were all synonyms for unique. And hopefully you trace the word on your hand, practicing our handwriting. Okay, here's the word split into three chunks. U-ni-k. Take a picture of it with your brain. Try to memorize the three chunks, and then we're going to practice writing it. So pause the video now if you don't have anything to write on. Grab yourself a paper and pencil. If you've got a whiteboard or blackboard, even better, because you can rub the word out in between each bit of writing. If you can't do that and you're working on a piece of paper, maybe fold over the paper each time you write it so that you're not copying from what you wrote the time before. You're trying to do it from memory. Okay, so let's go. Write the first chunk of the word, one letter making a U sound. Should have been the letter U on its own. Ni is the next chunk. How do we spell that? N-I. And the final chunk of the word, how do we make that K sound? What's the spelling rule? That's right, Q-U-E. If I'm going too quickly, you can pause the slides at any time. Okay, so copy the correct spelling. Hopefully you've rubbed that first one out, or you've folded the paper over so you're not looking at it, and see if you can remember the correct spelling using your brain. It was that one, U-N-I-Q-U-E. Okay, can you finish the word? There it is. And try and write it backwards. It should look like that. Yukinu. Okay, hopefully we can now write the word from memory. So don't look at any of the words you've written to practice. Write the word from memory. And then check your spelling now. U-N-I-Q-U-E. If you wrote that correctly, give yourself a pat on the back, because you can spell the word unique. Well done. Okay, our next word we're learning this week is tongue. Can you do the same as you did before? Pause the video and see if you can achieve all of those things in the boxes, and then I'll show you what I put. So, definition: your tongue is the part inside your mouth that you can move about and use for speaking. It's a noun because it's a thing that you can touch. My sentence was, it's impolite to stick your tongue out at someone. Make sure your sentence had a capital letter and a full stop, and that you spelt the word tongue correctly. Or you may have just said that sentence, that's fine. The odd one out was iris, because iris is the coloured part of your eyeball, and the other three words were parts of your mouth. And hopefully you traced the word on your hand, just like we do in the classroom. Here's the word tongue. I've split tongue into two chunks. The first chunk is ton, T-O-N, and the last chunk is our spelling rule, G-U-E, making the ng, sound. So take a picture of it with your brain. Try and remember the two chunks, how we spell them. Both have got 3 letters. The second part is our spelling rule. Okay, let's see if we can bring that from our memory now to write the first chunk. So it looks like ton when we write it. When we say the word tongue, most of us say tongue. Some people do pronounce it tongue actually, which is helpful if you do. And the second chunk, please, that's our spelling rule. Can you remember how we write the g sound at the end? There we go, T-O-N-G-U-E. Can you copy the correct spelling? Make sure you're not looking at the word you wrote before. Either fold it over, cross it out, rub it out if you've got a whiteboard or a blackboard. And it should have been this one. Finish the word. Given you the first 2 letters, can you fill in the remaining 4? There it is, T-O-N-G-U-E. Looks a bit like Tongue-u, doesn't it? Might help you to remember it that way. Write it backwards now. There it is. Huguenot. And finally, can you write the word tongue from memory? The final challenge, if you can do this one, then you've learnt how to spell the word tongue. Check your spelling, T-O-N-G-U-E. Well done. Okay, so to finish this spelling lesson, I'd like you to put each of our spelling words into a sentence. So 2 sentences, please, one using the word unique, one using the word tongue. And then I'd like you to look for a word that uses this week's spelling rule when you're reading today, and either copy the sentence out or take a photo of it from your reading book or magazine or newspaper, whatever it is you're reading today. Tell me where you found it, and if it's a new word to you, tell me what it means. Take a photo of these sentences and upload them to the activity in Class Dojo. Thank you for joining me for spellings today. Bye-bye.